What does Cypher and Michael Jackson have in common? They both like wearing fedoras. Cypher is universally known as the most boring agent in the game. Okay, now we wait. Unless you're Karma Valorant.
Cypher is actually pretty fun once you learn some setups.
So to prove him wrong, I'm going to spend 10 whole hours learning him. I began by setting some goals for myself that I wanted to achieve by the end of the video. Okay, so first I want to make a friend. Because it is a well-known fact that Cypher players have the social skills of a Discord mod. Then I also want someone in the enemy team to insult me or tell me to off myself. And lastly, I want to get a diamond. I spent the first hour learning setups. I decided to learn one setup per map, as realistically I wouldn't be able to remember more than that. The whole learning process went as smooth as possible.
Crosser at the edge of here.
Bro, what are these green things blocking the edge? They look like that one Fortnite skin. With the hour coming to an end, there was just one map that I hadn't yet practiced. Shouldn't I just skip Icebox? Like, what are the chances of it actually coming up? For fuck's sake. Luck wasn't on my side, as the first map in this challenge was the only map I hadn't prepared any setups for. The saving grace was us starting on attack, where I could use my slightly above average aim to get us 6 rounds. In halftime, I quickly learned one setup on B site, and used it pretty much every single round, which mostly resulted in this.
You want to play? Let's play.
Fair enough. It wasn't looking promising, with the score being 10-11, but then they finally came B, and I'm pretty sure that this is not how the setup was designed to be played around. But I mean, it worked, kinda. That was not good. After absolutely dismantling the enemy team, I was pretty much unstoppable. Oh my god, my bad. 8 HP. With somehow getting the match MVP and getting promoted to Plat 3, I felt really confident about securing Diamond before the end of the 10 hours. The second game started off great, with me getting an ace, and the enemy team absolutely shivering in the chat. Get fucked. The problem with this game is that I was able to get either 3+ kills in a round, or no kills at all, and there was no in between. This rain is just fucking disrespecting me, and like, not the fun kind of way. And my setup on C didn't work once.
What?
Which gave us our first defeat. With the third game being Haven once again, I knew I had to redeem myself, making my setup work at least once. And it's probably as close as I'm gonna get to respectable Cypher play. The game came down right to the wire, but luckily our absolutely cracked rain carried us to the win. Teamwork makes the dream work, am I right?
And these are my teammates. Literal trash.
In hour 4, I decided to learn a couple more setups, which turned out to completely change the trajectory of this challenge, as one of these setups made me feel like the Rat King himself, a dirty little rodent with no shame or remorse. At this point, I felt like I had at least one decent setup per map, but none of it matters if my opponents are playing 4D chess by leaving guns on the ground with no ammo.
Vamos.
Now most people would worry by going 9-3 down in the half, but not me. I knew that my setup on B would be impossible to penetrate, that we would essentially have one side to defend on defense.
Attackers win.
Fracture is where the frustration really clicked in. For the life of me, I couldn't place a trap across the entry of B site.
Come on.
But it didn't really matter, as the enemy team wanted no part in rushing into a site, defended by Cypher and Killjoy, getting us 7 rounds on defense. And then on attack, my team absolutely demolished the enemies. None of that Cloud9 smile for the camera bullshit. My team, they puke, they poop, they deliver their newborn babies on the field. Hardcore in the bum, take it to the showers type shit. Things got shoved in places where the sun doesn't shine.
This is your bum. That's me during the game and after.
The next game was fractured once again, And after the crimes I witnessed in my previous game, there was no doubt in my mind that we were going to win this game. They're so bad. How are we losing this game? With the score being 4-6, one of my teammates suggested that we should surrender. Such a little pussy. But that wasn't an option. You know what they say, people who surrender need to go swim with the blender in-game. It wasn't looking great with the score being 7-10 and me being left in a 1v3 with the enemies having planted the spike.
One enemy remains.
This is no problem.
How did I win that? After my clutch, my team regained hope and we went on a mission to win this game. I can't believe we actually won. This next game was a goddamn roller coaster. There were moments where I asked myself, surely there are more efficient ways to go insane. You see, the game started off great. I finally felt like my setup is working. And it was. However, our KO decided to throw for the entire first half. By some miracle, we managed to get 7 rounds on defense by playing 4v5. And I guess KO realized that we're probably going to win, no matter if he plays or not. So he might as well start using his gun. But then, at 9-6, our brimstone disconnected. And then reconnected 3 rounds later. Okay, finally we're playing 5v5. Nope. In the next round, our jet became offended by something and started throwing. I genuinely don't know what made her start tearing up.
Can we play just one round like 5v5?
I looked back at the footage and not a single thing was said or typed. She requested a formal apology, and to everybody's surprise, she didn't get it.
Go troll, fuck you.
However, 2 rounds later, she defeated the demons in her head and started playing again, making this the first round in the entire game where we were actually playing 5v5. And it turned out that it's pretty easy when everyone on your team is actually playing. Now, even though I was starting to have some success on Cypher, I realized that in order for me to truly master him, I had to get in the mindset of a Cypher main. So I sat down and watched a couple of episodes of To Catch a Predator by Chris Hansen, and afterwards went outside and took some non-consensual photos through my neighbor's window. With 2 hours left, and none of my goals yet being achieved, I was starting to get worried. I essentially had to win all of my remaining games, while trying to build a long-lasting friendship, while simultaneously triggering my opponents to the point where they start calling me slurs. The first game in this final run was an easy one. My team was showing a lot of love.
I love you, Cypher.
I love you too, man.
Which led to picture-perfect rounds like this.
Oh, 55 neon low.
Two men, heaven.
One enemy
No, what the fuck?
That was the worst round of my life.
We closed out the game, and to my surprise, the same man who confessed his love to me invited me to his lobby, where we had beautiful and meaningful conversations like this.
Matiss?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I could finally cross out one of my initial goals, and with the power of friendship, I knew that it would just be a matter of time before I cross out the rest. In the first game with my brand new friends, I knew that the foundation of this newly built friendship is me performing well, so I had to impress, which I did. I simply couldn't lose a clutch even if I tried, and I got this warm feeling inside my body from all the good jobs and nice I was getting. After winning in such a dominant fashion, we decided to play one more. We got off to a great start by going 10-2 up at the half, but soon after that it became clear that our friendship will have to be tested, as the enemies had a nice little comeback. At 12-8 I had the chance to close the game, but I failed. Then at 12-10 we had another good chance, but we failed once again. And I could feel the tension building up between us. Nobody even said nice try, just pure silence. Nobody wanted to go to OT, so we had to win the next round. But once again we failed. Nah, I'm just kidding, we won. We shared a moment of relief, and then we parted our ways.
See ya.
At this point, I was one win away from Diamond, and with the clock coming to an end, I had to win this game.
One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining.
I was absolutely dominating my opponents, until this happened.
You hit all your shots, my friend.
After getting jinxed by my own teammate, we couldn't win a round to save our lives. And in a poetic fashion, we lost the game from a 5v2, which meant that I didn't accomplish my goal of getting to Diamond.
You're a failure.
I couldn't accept the fact that I failed 2 challenges, so I went back to look at the footage, and I found something. In hour 5, after killing the enemy jet, she typed, "Du fett Nutten," and in German it translates to, "You fat nuts." Now, it wasn't really what I was hoping for, but you know what? I'll take it, because at the end of the day, none of this matters. The most important thing that I gained from this whole experience is friendship. So even though the 10 hours were technically over, I decided to invite my friends for one last game. What was his username? Wait, did he unfriend me?